quest is on the side. We gotta talk about it. The good, the bad, and the ugly, the cheers, the jeers, and trucking, watching, keeping the eye for the truest skill, and at the same time entertaining the rumor wheel. We love this sport, content must go on, and welcome in our thoughts because it's our job. When it's off the hip, travel sidebar quest, and yeah, you know the rest. I'm on a quest to be the best, but these quests are on the side. That's not an issue, we gon' make some time. Whoa, Ric Flair once said, to be the best, you have to beat the best. We are on a quest, this quest is on the side.
You see the QR code up there? It'll take you to Off the Hip. You guys know who we are. It's your boy HD, my brother Razor, over there to the left side of the screen. Yes, sir. I had to mix things up here. You know, we got so many titles, so many shows going on. The branch off of the branch off of the branch off. So let's let y'all know what we got going on. I think it's only right. We got Off the Hip that we do Mondays and Fridays, occasionally Tuesdays and Wednesdays. But
Saturdays, maybe Sundays, if it's a PLE.
I think the sidebar quest is officially, I think that's growing on me. I like that as the name of what we do here on this Unwelcome Your Thoughts Off the Hip. You know what I'm saying? So sidebar quest, that's going, we could work on the song, but for right now, that's it, y'all. We playing around with things. We got the sidebar quest locked in. This is where we talk about a few topics. Like I said before in the last time, if you want the long form, stay here for the whole show. But if you just want the short form and you got the short time, you got a little bit of time on your hands, we're gonna split the videos up for you guys. And we starting off today with John Cena's WrestleMania opponent.
Who could it be?
Who could it be? Speculations arise. I've been seeing Twitter going crazy. I've been seeing X going wild. We got Cody Rhodes here. The more interesting one that's not on the screen though is Logan Paul. What's your thoughts on whoever you want to give me first? Like,
Now, both of these names, if memory serves, now I've haven't been on X as much these last couple of days, with it being the holidays, but these are two names that recently took the internet by storm, and it got me thinking, what if? Now, obviously, with the gentleman up front currently with being Cody Rhodes, does he take the title off of him? Does Cena finally get number 17? Is it a non-title match, or even against Logan Paul? We've seen Logan Paul put on literal classics amongst the Cody Rhodes, the Roman Reigns. Could he possibly hit the trifecta with a man who's arguably a Mount Rushmore contender in John Cena?
mm,
And on WrestleMania at that, John Cena at Mania, aside from a main event world title match, you don't get much bigger than that. If the
I
streak was
think
still a thing, this might be bigger than that.
Cena might kill Cody on the promo unless Cena holds back. I think if he
Here's the thing,
chooses to go,
he's not.
yeah, if he chooses to go down that Roman Reigns rabbit hole where I'm around because of this and that, but it might be more of a how can you carry on my legacy if you're not doing, like if he really starts kicking shit to Cody, like,
Or you talking the old line from 2015 where Cena tells Roman, "I'm still here because you can't do your job," and Cena probably tell him, "You want to be like me, you want to walk like me, talk like me, act like me. Guess what, Jack? You ain't me. You'll never be me."
mm,
And that's the thing. Like on the mic, Cody's good. I'll give him that, but he's not great on the mic.
yeah,
And yes, I agree. He would be drastically outclassed to where I don't know. That's
yeah, I
one of
don't
those.
think.
That's like that age old saying where if you want folks to rap battle Eminem, you stay away from that man. You do not get in his way.
And we kind of seen with Kevin Owens early on. Babyface Kevin Owens versus Cody. I didn't really like that dynamic. So I again, that's what makes me believe Cena will bring it to Cody. He wouldn't. It's not like Cena would have to go heel, but he can be sarcastic on the microphone and still get the crowd going for him. So I don't think. And again, also I don't think Cody's walking out of the Royal Rumble as champion. I can't be wrong about that, but I'll be very surprised if this is the likely scenario right here. I'll be very surprised.
Well,
Eh,
here's my question that I started with to begin. What if this match is a reality, but the title's not in the picture? Because again, I can see a world in which KO is the champion. Cody's on this downward spiral, and essentially John's there to big bro him, put his ass in check, and kind of like essentially poke the bear more towards the heel Cody, in which John's telling him, "You want my schedule? You want to do what I did? This and that? You will never come close to what I was doing."
mm.
And John's got a way of words to where it'll be very passive aggressive, but it'll still come off in a babyface tone because he's going to be speaking from the heart, speaking from experience, and he's going to be speaking on behalf of what the WWE universe truly wants.
The very part that's odd to me about this is like, you know how some people like Kurt Angle had the retirement match at Mania. This isn't
Was
the
the Metro Club in
retire.
a Mania?
Yeah. So like this isn't a retirement match, but this would be his last match at Mania. So
Correct.
it's kind of like, for me, it's a bit. Do we put the championship on him? And I wouldn't mind seeing a retirement run with the championship. Like, yo, who could take this up off me? Who's the one that is really worthy of taking WWE out of
Who
my
could step up
hands?
to
And
the
then,
king?
yeah, so
And
that'll be
again,
fun to watch.
and that could open the doors for a Roman, a Punk, even a Randy. There's guys that are in that main event upper echelon that could elevate themselves from this matchup initially. But again, at the end of the day, how detrimental could this be to Cody? Could this be
Yeah,
detrimental at that matter?
I mean, I think he starts to look a little bit regular, right? He starts to look beatable. I mean, if we talking about he goes on this loss and then he's gonna eventually lose to Roman and possibly The Rock. I mean, there's gonna be a tough string of losses after having a great 3 years since he's been back.
Because think about it. Say he does lose to Cena, you will have now lost to two part timers at back to back manias, with The Rock being earlier this year.
And you couldn't have that quote unquote pass the torch moment. Like, you know how there's some, like Rock and Hogan, for example, that was like to me a passing of the torch of some sorts. You had the younger superstar defeating the older superstar, Shawn and Ric Flair. You know, Shawn wasn't as
Not much
young,
younger, but I was gonna say.
significant, significantly younger. I mean, but this is almost the same scenario. Cody's not that much younger either.
This is true.
So, I mean, it's a the one that's interesting to me is the Logan Paul one. I don't want that as Cena's last match, but
I'd much rather see that at Mania than Cody versus Cena, to be honest.
yeah, the only reason we might want to see this is
Because,
to get Cena the championship. But
but
other
but
than that,
again, like again, honestly, championship or not, like I kind of don't want to see this matchup because it puts Cody almost in like a lose lose situation.
and you can't get the run. Like, let's say if Cena's only booked for a certain amount of dates, are we like it's
You gonna piss away three of them on Cody Rhodes?
right? Huh.
Again, nothing against Cody, but 40 dates is only 40 dates.
And you could only imagine that unless, I mean, his stance has changed, maybe one of them Saudi ones might, they might get Cena out there.
But again, I think purely for not so much long term storytelling, but just for historical continuity, we can probably fill those 40 dates very easily with no mention of Cody Rhodes whatsoever. And especially given the way Cody's been presented, it's like you're setting Cody up for failure because unless he outright just squashes John and goes full heel, then I don't see a way in which Cody benefits from this match. If it's just a clean matchup, no interference, no chicanery, it's like, all right. And especially WrestleMania at that, when this is his final WrestleMania, you want this to be a grand stage, a show stealing match, and all that. I'll tell you what, you swap Cody Rhodes in there, you give me a Drew McIntyre or a Seth Rollins.
Hmm.
Hell, have Austin Theory run it back. Have Solo run it back. I'd rather see those matchups than this one right here.
Now, do we make things easy? And let's just say, Kevin Owens beats Cody Rhodes, Royal Rumble. Cena and Kevin Owens have history. Kevin Owens as an opponent for Cena with the strap.
Again, I'd be more intrigued than that than Cody. I think the reason why I'm more intrigued with other folks than Cody Rhodes is for the simple fact that Cody isn't as strong in the mic as the aforementioned names,
Oh
like the
no,
likes of
this could
KO,
hurt him. Yeah,
Cody, or KO, Drew, Seth. They can go bar for even Austin Theory. They can go bar for bar with Cena.
this could
They
hurt
made
Cody.
yeah.
Hmm.
Uh,
Especially since this is the passing of the torch to the person like you're trying to be like. At least the Hogan and Rock situation, I didn't really see no similarities other than they were like very polarized and larger than life entertainers. But this one is really like you. It feels like Cody's trying to run the Cena route, and if he
he's trying.
can't bounce back for
He's
now,
trying to force onto others the way Cena was forced on everybody else.
yeah,
And again, that's a very dangerous game to play, and especially at WrestleMania for that matter. If there's any other PLE, you might have an easier case for it, but because it's WrestleMania, it's John Cena's last WrestleMania. We don't know if he's going to be on both nights, just one night. Will the two nights count as one appearance? We don't know what the deal is. But I think the unknown for that, again, it's one of those things where you don't want to put Cena up against just anybody just because. But yeah, the more I look at this, the more it's like I look at this match the same way I look at the likelihood of Gunther versus CM Punk. And it's like I don't want to see either one of those matches
I just find it
because
hard to
that
believe Cody's about to hold that belt until WrestleMania, a whole year
a
from when he
whole
won it.
yeah.
That's the one that's for me like, uh,
Because like I said, I if I was a betting man, I would have bet that he lost it last month at the latest. Yet here we are, almost a full 12 months later.
yeah. So Cena, I mean, we got a lot of choices that Cena could go up against, and I think we could agree that we don't really want to see Cody versus Cena. I think Cena does need to be in a high profile match though.
I wouldn't be mad if you have John Cena and Logan Paul opening a Mania. Logan could easily eat a loss and not be affected by it. And I have all the faith in the world that those two will put on a absolute classic barn burner.
My thing is, I feel like a Cinderella story or a Cinderella story way to get Cena to the main event is the either the Elimination Chamber or the Rumble, but I don't see the Rumble happening. The Elimination Chamber
But
more
again, like
possible.
I said, let's dissect these possible main events already. You have Roman Rock allegedly. You potentially have Seth versus Punk 2. You potentially have Punk versus Roman. You potentially have Seth versus Roman. You potentially have Cody Roman 3. You allegedly may have The Rock versus Cody. That's just between four or five guys right there.
Mm.
And to main event both nights. Unless John Cena wins the Rumble or walks into Mania as the world champion, I don't see how he could come even close to the main event of either night. You got a better shot at having him open the show. At least you give the crowd a feel good moment and a welcome home, John, a thank you, John, to start the show, whether it's night one or night two. And Logan Paul might be that perfect guy. I said,
Hey, I gotta
unless
give
you,
us your input.
and that's
Hmm.
not even counting Cena versus Punk, Cena versus Randy. Like, hell, again, like I said, the big bastard of Saskatchewan is still up in the air with WWE. Now I know
Oh
the
yeah,
longer he
the
stays
list
away,
is
the more
out there.
we're used to him not being there. But again, that's still a big name that you can't really look past. It,
Which
but
that's another one I've been reading that if he does come back, this may be his last year too.
and again, nothing wrong with that.
It's a lot of
Bre-
last years going around.
but again, like guys like Randy Orton, John Cena, Brock Lesnar, these three guys specifically were from the legendary last great clash from Ohio Valley Wrestling. This was the generation right here. We talked about end of an era a few years ago where it was Undertaker, HBK, and Triple H. They all came up together. Cena, Orton, Brock, they all came up together. So if they all go right out together, it's only fitting.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot on the table. Again, chat, let us know what your thoughts are. Like, comment, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Get active in the conversation. Let us know who you think should be John Cena's last opponent. Should it be for the championship? Should it be on night one, night two? But like that's another thing. Does it matter? Night one, night two?
Or also on the sidebar, does Cody walk into Mania as champion?
Mm.
A lot's going to happen these next 4.5 months. And these months are going to fly by.
They really are though. And speaking about two nights, that's gonna be a perfect segue for our next topic. Chat. Once again, stick around. If y'all in the long form, we just gonna throw this countdown so we can break this video down for the short form. But we're gonna get into it, we're gonna throw the countdown, then we're gonna get into major PLEs, the four major PLEs for the WWE.
Ooh
Potentially
wee.
going two nights. Ooh, let's get it.